All right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Gems podcast. Today, we have an individual that is very unique. And I'll say that in a great way because I know this individual thinks differently. Like he just has a different perspective on life, on marketing, on branding. This individual is a branding expert. He's has a past of working with some very big artists, but now he works with some of the biggest brands that you all know. And so today we brought him in to talk about what he's seeing in the online industry. And we're going to talk about being authentic today. We're going to talk about how you can build a brand that really just is built off of you being genuine. And so he has some words he wants to share. So, Sky, welcome to the show. Welcome to
Hey,
the conversation. I'm excited for today.
Michael, good to be here, man. Really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, 100%. So right now, I mean, you're working with a lot of big brands, right? And so this show, we primarily hit on, mindset. We normally hit on like belief systems and things of that nature. But I think it's important because right now, the digital landscape is changing. And you were sharing some
100%.
stuff to me through Messenger and stuff. We were chatting, and you were sharing some things that you feel like the market is shifting. So, in what ways for business owners do you feel like it's shifting, and what can people do right now to take advantage of the opportunity at hand to get seen, get known, and just get their name out there?
Yeah, for sure. So if you've been feeling like you've been behind on growing your coaching, your agency, your online services business, you feel like you've been behind these last few years because you haven't been running ads, you haven't been doing challenges or funnels or these things. You're not behind actually, and things are changing, and they're changing in the ways that the people who had gotten ahead the last 10 years, their tactics are no longer working. People are no longer clicking on ads like they used to. They've already invested in three, four, five programs. They have 20K worth of debt, getting onto a call to sign up for another program. Cash collect is lower. Sales teams are being let go. The old way of doing things is dying out. And that sucks for them because there are gurus losing 500K a month right now because they're trying to figure out how to get the old way to do things. But if you're in that position where you've been slowly working on yourself, steadily working on yourself over the past few years, you want to do things right and with authenticity and congruency and integrity, there's a huge opportunity for you because what consumers are craving right now is they're craving connection, not with an offer, not with an ad, not with a webinar or a VSL or anything like that, but they're actually craving that connection with a leader, someone who has a personal brand who they can connect to and who they want to spend time with, who they want to know, they want to like, they want to trust, they want to associate with, and then ultimately who they feel can impart some kind of transformation on them. Not because the copy is so good, not because the ad is so good, not because any of that, but because they actually see and they've spent time virtually with this person, sitting at their feet, learning from them. And so if you are in the position where you need to catch up inside of this marketplace, there's never been a better time because what is required to basically to win in 2024 and beyond is so slighted in your favor if you are, again, a genuine, authentic, want to see other people win kind of human being.
Love it. And so this is just a random thought. Is that kind of why you're thinking like everybody's shifting to the community offers? Like right now, I see a lot of
Yeah,
people are shifting to monthly memberships and communities. Maybe it's because the
100%.
price point. I don't know. Maybe they're having a hard time selling high ticket. I don't know. But is that maybe the reason why people are shifting community is because the connection?
Yeah, for sure. Community connection, price point as well. Being able to sell a $500 a month versus a 5K or 15K offer, right? It's a lot more tangible for people right now with inflation and just where the market is. But at the same time, like what it does is it actually sells access, right? Where access is being the number one thing again. If you remember going back in the early days of ClickFunnels and when Russell Brunson was climbing up, the whole value ladder idea was huge, right? Where you have, a program, you have a product, and then a program, then a mastermind, and you scale up, and you have different level of access. We're getting back to that, where people are looking to spend more time with influential leaders who could be you listening to this podcast, people who can help them level up their life, level up their business, level up their health, whatever it is that you help them with. And so that's why we're seeing that huge rise is because we're also seeing not just people want the access, but the traffic types, primarily being YouTube and podcast shows like this, are huge because it actually allows people to spend time with the people who they will hire, the coaches, the leaders, the experts, the agency owners. They can actually spend time. Michael, people probably spend hours, right, watching these 10-minute episodes with you. Someone could spend 4 hours before they ever get on the phone with you or ever join your school group or whatever offers you have out there, and already decide to become a customer long before you actually even knew who they were.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense for sure. So if somebody's here and they're like, okay, this is cool. So the opportunity is at hand. I feel like right now, I believe you, Sky. Like I'm ready to rock and roll and start like doing something because I've been on the sidelines. What would you say the first step for a business owner that's here that doesn't have a big email list of 50,000 people? They don't have a big YouTube following of 1 million followers or Instagram with 50,000 people. What would be like your advice and guidance to them to get their brand out there and start the process today of connecting with their audience?
Yeah, for sure. So go on Facebook, add 50, I'm going to be really tactical here. Add 50 people who you like to work with every single day. Create a Facebook group, invite 40 of them into that group every single day. There's some more steps too. We'll kind of talk about that in a minute here. But there's building that audience first on Facebook and testing out your messages and what's actually going to resonate with them is the first step to being able to scale onto something like YouTube or podcast, where you actually have an idea of, wow, I put up a post on Facebook and I got 80 likes when most of my posts usually get 7 likes. That might be a good idea to try on YouTube now because I know that I can actually have something that's worth saying so that maybe I can get closer to those followers. I can get more views because I'm actually tapped into what my audience wants to hear from me and the problems they have and the solutions that they want. So if you can test out on something like Facebook, or you can test out on Twitter or X or LinkedIn, whatever is that platform that you're really good at, that really fits for you. Then having a Facebook group as well, of being that community that then once you do get to podcasts, you do get to YouTube, which I recommend doing as fast as you can. Once you get an idea of what you need to say and what you need to do is, that can be the place where you attract the attention on YouTube. You get people, searching your stuff, watching your stuff. You send them over to your Facebook group, and that's where you can actually start conversations with them, get them potentially onto calls or enrolled in whatever programs or sell them the products that you have.
Love it. Love it. That's really, really easy. I feel like if people just do it, easy, actionable plan there. Create a community somewhere, add value, see what people resonates with people, and then create more content like that,
100%.
right? To pull people in. So I know you're big on branding, right? And I see you doing brand audits of Alex Hormozy, see you doing brand audits of different individuals online, Andy Elliott. Tell us, like, based off of your research, based off, you working with some of the biggest brands, what are some of the things that these small brands can implement into their businesses that maybe a bigger brand is implementing right now?
Yeah, for sure. So not even the bigger brands are implementing this. That's the crazy thing, especially online space. Branding is the last thing that people need. What I really would recommend for you smaller people out there is in thinking about your um, brand to who you are and what's congruent to you versus what you see going on inside of the industry, right? Right now, if you're familiar with Matt Gray, he's a organic marketing guru. Everyone is copying his branding. 5 years ago, everyone was copying traffic and funnels branding. I mean, a couple years ago, everyone was copying Alex Hormozy's branding. Because we see this brand of this guru or this company that's doing well, and we're like, man, I'm in a similar niche. If I just copy them, then that means, maybe my brand will be good too, right? But at the end of the day, your brand is like your fingerprint. It's like your signature. You can't copy someone else's fingerprint and say that it's your own. You can't copy someone's signature and say that it's your own either. So for me and my brand, when I was small, I came out with what was congruent to me, what was my best self embodied, and not what maybe I was day to day, but what my best self embodied. And I made that my brand. And I really thought of the colors, the fonts, the images, everything that was representing who I am and the type of person who I want to work with. And I put that out there. And the craziest things happened. I got invited to podcasts when I had, like zero revenue. People started giving me authority that I hadn't quite earned yet, or that most people wouldn't have earned because the brand was good. We were able to sign clients. We were able to grow resources fast. We got the group up to 1,000 members in a few months. Crazy things started happening because instead of trying to be like everybody else, I branded for who I actually was. And I mean, it just has made all the difference for myself and all the difference for my clients as well.
And I love it. I love it. That's really good tips. And so listen, I want to find a way to take this conversation longer. I know these podcasts are super short, getting people started on their morning. But we have, and this is me asking you, and you can say no live. This will not hurt me. But we have an upcoming mastermind online that if you're listening to this and you're an online entrepreneur and you want to attend this, you can definitely do so. I want to talk more about it. But we have a mastermind. It's all virtual. It's called the Midnight Mastermind. And so what it is, it's a late night networking event slash learning environment we're putting on for digital entrepreneurs who want to learn how to scale their message and scale their income. And so we would love to have you if you want to come talk about branding and go deeper. I think this is really cool. There's only 50 spots if you're listening to this, and we already have several people signed up. And this is not fake scarcity, by the way. I'm literally capping its free event, 50 free seats, but only RSVP if you can make it. Okay, only RSVP if you can for sure go. You for sure come. You can go to milliondollarSecrets.com/midnight. Okay, milliondollarSecrets.com/midnight. Sky, if you have, I'll shoot you the dates and the time. If you're available, I would love for you to come,
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about branding, talk a little bit more about marketing on there. It's going to be a really, really tight, intimate group of high level individuals. So I don't know. What do you say? You think you're up for it?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I love it. Well, listen, Sky, I know you had some resources you want to give out to people. You had some, maybe some more ideas you could talk to people about offline. So tell them, where can they find you? What resources do you have available? Because I want people to come to the mastermind to hear you speak potentially and just come
Yeah.
hear all these other people. But I know you have other tools they can leverage.
For sure, for sure. So we actually put together a bundle just for you guys based off of what we talked about today, getting your Facebook brand up and running and also branding to yourself and getting that congruency, right? Being able to understand what is it that I can use to tell my story. So if you want that, we have that bundle of resources completely free at my website, skykstack.com/gems. That's SKYKSTACK.com/GEMS. You can go ahead and get that for free there.
All right, love it. I'll make sure that that's put down in the show notes as well, so you all can go check that out and listen. Really, really do appreciate your time, Sky. I know
For sure.
it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of time out of your calendar when you do things like this. So super excited, super pumped to have people download that resource, go check it out, and go connect with him on social media as well, and tell him that you came from this show. But anyways, we do these every Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. We drop these for you all. Share it with a friend. We're on a mission to reach 10,000, 10,000. Help us hit this goal. Consistent listeners every single week. So if you can help us with that, go ahead, share this with a friend. There's somebody who may need to hear this message, and I hope you partner with us on getting this to the masses. So thank you for being here on the Daily Gems podcast. We will see you right here on the next show. God bless you all, and we'll see you very soon. See you guys. Peace.
Later.
One.